This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good morning, Rabbi Glatstein. We have a very interesting point to make on the Zemer that we sing Friday night, Menucha v'Simcha. Menucha v'Simcha first appeared in print in the year 1545. It was written by an unknown composer by the name of Moshe, and he writes the following. He says, Hu asher diber li'am segulasei. This is what Hashem spoke to His chosen nation. Shamar lekadsha miboy v'ad seisai. Guard the Shabbos to sanctify it from the beginning till the end. Shabbos kodesh yom chemdasai ki v'shavas kel mikam lachtai. And what we'd like to ask is, why does he emphasize Shamar lekadsha miboy v'ad seisai? Why not Zachar? After all, we know in the Luchas Rishonos it says Zachar, in the Luchas Shnios it says Shamar. Why would he specifically say Shamar? Why not Zachar? Zachar would rhyme just as well, right? Hu asher diber li'am segulasei Zachar, right? It would fit into the words. It would be just as nice. Why does he say Shamar? Why not Zachar? So it's very interesting. If you look in the Kli Yakar in this week's Parsha, Parshas Yisro, Parak Chav, Pasuk Yerches, Kli Yakar points out 10 nuances of difference between Luchas Rishonos and Luchas Shnios. And we're going to focus on 3 of them. First of all, the Kli Yakar points out, he says, Ra'inu litein tam tovadas. We have to look carefully to give a plausible explanation. Ala shinuyim shenimtzu b'dibros rishonos v'achronos. The differences between Luchas Rishonos in Parshas Yisro and Luchas Shnios in Parshas Va'aschanan. Well, by the Rishonos, of course, like we pointed out already, it says Zachar, and by the Luchas Shnios, it says Shamar. Then the Kli Yakar in the 3rd Shinoi, he says, in the Luchas Rishonos, it says, the reason to keep Shabbos is to remember that Hashem created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th day. And in Luchas Shnios, it gives a completely different reason for Shabbos. In Luchas Shnios, it says, keep Shabbos to remember that Hashem took you out of Mitzrayim. So what is it? What's Shabbos? Is it Zecher L'Maaseh Bereishis, or is it Zecher Yitzias Mitzrayim? Luchas Rishonos says to remember Hashem created the world. Luchas Shnios to remember that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. And finally, in Shinoi Hey, the Kli Yakar points out, in the Luchas Rishonos, it says, if you honor your father and mother, Laman, Yarichon, Yamecha, and Luchas Achronos, it says, Ulaman, Yitavlach. It says, Laman Yarichon, Yamecha, Ulaman Yitavlach. Why by Luchas Rishonos does it just say, Laman Yarichon, Yamecha? And by Luchas Shnios, it also says, Ulaman Yitavlach. So, Kli Yakar points out, that many of the Mefarshei HaTorah explain some of the nuances of difference, that this difference is because of this, and that difference is because of that, but nobody has really formulated one thematic approach to explain all of the 10 differences that he lists, and therefore he suggests the following. Based on what's brought down in the Yalkut Shemaini, that when Hashem offers the Torah to Klal Yisrael, he first tries to pawn off the Torah to the Ummah Ha'olam, and he goes to Esav, he says, Esav, you want to accept the Torah? So Esav says, what does it say in the Torah? Hashem says, don't kill. Esav said, don't kill, so what are we supposed to do all day? So Esav said, no, maybe try somebody else. Hashem goes to Yishmael. He says, you want the Torah? Yishmael says, what does it say in the Torah? Yishmael says, Hashem says, it says, don't steal. Yishmael says, don't steal. That's what we do. That's our bread and butter. Hashem goes to Ammon and Moav. He says, you want the Torah? So Ammon and Moav says, what does it say in the Torah? Hashem says, don't commit adultery like sin of. Ammon and Moav says, so then what's Lama Lichayim? What's life all about? Finally, Hashem gives the Torah to Klal Yisrael, and they say, Na'aseh v'nishma. But what do we learn from here? That there was a point in time that Hashem offers the Torah to the Ummah Ha'olam. Says the Kli Yakar, half love a fella. When did Hashem offer the Torah to the nations of the world? Luchas Rishonos. That was the offer he made to the nations of the world. Now, certainly he was not only offering it to nations of the world. You think Hashem was only giving the Torah to the Italians? No, there was never even a Havamina just to give it to them. What it means is the following, says the Kli Yakar. Hashem, of course, was giving it to Klal Yisrael. He just said it in a way that would be shayach, that would be applicable, that would be in a way that the Goyim could also gain from the Torah. In other words, when Hashem gave Luchos Rishonos to Klal Yisrael, He said it out loud so that when the Goyim would overhear the Torah, it would be something relevant to them. Certainly Hashem primarily was giving the Torah to Klal Yisrael, but He said it in a way that if the Goyim would overhear, they could also accept it. And therefore, says the Kli Yakar, this is analogous to when Yitzchak told Yaakov, I don't want you to take a girl from the Benois Canaan. So what does the pasuk say? That Esav saw that the Benois Canaan were bad in the eyes of his father Yitzchak, so he went to Yishmael. What does this mean? This means Yitzchak was not talking to Esav. Yitzchak was talking to Yaakov. But Esav overheard, and therefore he wanted to do it also. So too, when Hashem gave the Torah to Klal Yisrael with the Luchos Rishonos, He said it out loud in a way that the Goyim could overhear and also gain from the Torah. And therefore, says the Kli Yakar, this explains all of the differences between Luchos Rishonos and Luchos Shnios. The Luchos Rishonos, Hashem gives the Torah to Klal Yisrael. He says, Klal Yisrael, keep Shabbos. If Hashem would have said, Shamar, don't do malacha on Shabbos, the Goyim would say, we can't do malacha on Shabbos, you're trying to trap us. The Gemara in Sanhedrin says, Nam Chesed Beis, Goy Shabbos, a guy that keeps Shabbos, that doesn't do malacha, is Chayiv Misa. So Hashem would not tell Klal Yisrael, Shamar, out loud, so that the Goyim should hear, because this is not a part of Shabbos that the Goyim have any connection to. Hashem can't tell the Goyim, Shamar, but Hashem could tell the Goyim, Zachar. Zachar means sanctify Shabbos as a day where we recall that Hashem created the world in 6 days. He rested on the 7th. Goyim could sanctify Shabbos. A Goy could make Kiddush on Shabbos. A Goy could recognize that Shabbos is a day that we remember Hashem created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. And therefore, if Hashem in the Luchos Rishonos is offering a Torah that the Goyim could accept, had He said Shamar, the Goyim would have had an excuse for not accepting the Shabbos. We can't accept Shamar. So therefore, Hashem purposely said Zachar. That's something that if the Goyim over here, they could gain from. That is why the Luchos Rishonos, what reason does it give for Shabbos? Not to remember that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. Because since it's a Torah that Hashem wants the Goyim to overhear and glean from, if the Goy would hear keep Shabbos because Hashem took you out of Mitzrayim, the Goy would say, Ribbon Shalom, you never took us out of Mitzrayim, we were never in Mitzrayim. So therefore Hashem says in Luchos Rishonos, you know why you should keep Shabbos? To remember that I created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. That's a Shabbos that even the Goyim could adhere to. And that explains A, why it says Zachar in the Luchos Rishonos, and B, why the reason given for Shabbos in the first set of Luchos is to remember that Hashem created the world in 6 days and He rested on the 7th. That is why in Kibbud Av Ha'im, in the Luchos Rishonos, Hashem says, honor your father and mother. Why? So you'll live long. So a guy here he'll live long. He'll be interested in honoring his father and mother. But what's U'laman Yitavlach? Ibn Ezra explains. U'laman Yitavlach is Olam Haba. So a guy is going to hear, I should honor my father and mother because of Olam Haba. What's Olam Haba? I never saw it. I don't believe in it. Rebbeinu Shalom, you're giving me some promise far out in the future and you expect me to keep this Torah? I need a reward that I could see here and now. So therefore, Luchos Rishonos, which were given to Klal Yisrael, but an earshot of the Goyim, so that the Goyim could hear. The motivation for Kibbud Av Ha'im is what? L'man yarichon yamecha, long life, even Goyim want to live long. But Luchos Shnios, which was only said to Klal Yisrael, that is the premise of the Kli Yakar. Luchos Shnios was delivered in a way where that was only for Klal Yisrael. Once the Goyim said, we don't want the Torah, it says, don't kill, don't steal, don't commit adultery. Once the Goyim rejected the Torah, Luchos Shnios was given La'am Segulasai, only to Klal Yisrael. Not to the Goyim, not even in the earshot of the Goyim, not even in a way where the Goyim would hear. So coming back to the Zemer of Menucha v'Simcha, now we understand very beautiful. Hu asher diber li'am segulasai. What did God say to Klal Yisrael and Klal Yisrael only in a private, intimate way that none of the Goyim heard? Shamar l'kachai. No, Zachar l'kachai was not only la'am segulasai. That was even offered to the Goyim. But what was offered only la'am segulasai, according to Kli Yakar, which we're explaining, this Zemer is going according to this explanation. Hu asher diber li'am segulasai. Shamar l'kachai. Mibai v'yatzesai. That was only said to Klal Yisrael. Rabbi Glatstein, have a wonderful day.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.